Hi everyone, it's Lisa with InkinInspirations.com. Thank you for joining me for our premiere here on YouTube on June 2nd, 2022. Hope you all are doing great. And if you are here during the live session on the evening of June 2nd, be sure you sign into your Google account so you can chat with us in the comment section. And I usually do a drawing for someone who has left a comment or a question. And from last week, it's they S. So they, if you will get in touch with me and send me your mailing address, I will get these little rhinestones out to you. Okay, so last week I had a little bit of an issue with timing on my premiere. It was supposed to go live at, I believe it was 8 p.m. Central, and it went live at 6 p.m. Central. It's probably user error here, so sorry about that. I wasn't here to chat with you, but thank you so much for joining me for that little fun fold graduation card holder. Okay, or a gift card holder, I should say. So anyway, tonight we're going to be working with a new bundle, a new suite from the annual catalog with a masculine theme called He's All That and He's the Man. So we are going to get started here in just a minute. But first I'm going to go over a few things, housekeeping things, and inform you about some specials that are going on right now. And then we'll get started on the cards. Okay, first I want to tell you about our BOGO sale. Buy one, get one 50% off of our fabulous kit collection. These can only be purchased through the online store so that you can see the ones that are actually available, which they are very cute, all-inclusive kits where you have everything to create the projects. Some are little treat holders. A lot of them are cards. There are a couple of craft items, and there's a new one for memory keeping that just went live this month. So be sure you check that out. I'll have the link below in the description. If you're on my blog, I will have it there. It is buy one, get one 50% off. And the way it works is when you're purchasing this through my online store, you put the two kits in, okay, and it's going to give you the half off of the one that's higher priced, okay? Usually that's the lower priced item, right? In this BOGO sale, it's the higher priced item that will be half price. And then you can put two more kits in, and the higher one will be, the higher priced one will be 50% off. There's no limit, and you don't have to get the same kit. You can mix and match, okay? So like there might be a $25 kit and then a $19 kit, all right? And you're gonna get half off the $25. There are some kits, I believe, that are like $12 that don't have a stamp in them, a stamp set. They're just, you know, where you assemble them. So these kits are for everyone, okay? Anyone can put these together. There's something for everyone, so I hope you will check that out. I'll have the link below here in the video description, or if you're watching this on my blog, it'll be there in the blog post, okay? All right, so next, we have the last chance list. So the last chance list for this time is for this mini catalog that goes through the end of June. Okay, so there are some items that are retiring that are going to be up to 50% off. I'm going to put the link to this list and to the online store in the blog post. The list will be there. On YouTube, I will put the link to the online store where all of these products are, and you can see the percentages off. You can see that many of them are marked down, okay? So be sure and take a look at that and pick up some of your favorites before they're gone, because this last chance list and the promotion is while supplies last, okay? All right, we're gonna get started, and we are gonna make two great cards for the men in your life. See you in a minute. All right, let's get started with our cards for this premiere, and we're using the He's the Man suite from the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog 22-23, and it has these beautiful copyrighted images from Stampin' Up! On page 78 and 79. You can see there's this great designer paper, specialty designer paper, because you see this sheet right here? It has punch-out die-cut images that I have been having so much fun with, and made a lot of cards that you're going to be seeing throughout the month. So I can't wait to show you those. But it also has this great stamp set and coordinating dies that we're going to be using. So let's get started. The first one I call a diagonal cut for the front, and it's where we're going to cut some pieces of designer paper at a diagonal to make an interesting focal point on the front. So I have this designer paper from this collection, and I have two pieces cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I've chosen this classic car print and then the Sahara sand weave. It's almost like a burlap weave. It's actually the back side of this print, but we're going to cut both of them from the left corner down to the right lower corner, and we're going to use that, and it'll actually make 2 card fronts. So let's go ahead and cut those. I'm going to use my Stampin' trimmer, and this will take up the whole front of the card. There is no border around the edge on this particular card. So I'm putting that point in the track up here at the bottom, and this one down here. I'm just going to put that down and slice through. Okay. All right. And then, let's see, where's my other piece? I am going to do the same thing on this side and make sure that I get these cut correctly. And it really, I'm confusing myself. I'm going to cut this, and hopefully I've got the right angle cut for each card. Okay, so here we have this one for the top, and then this for the bottom. Okay, let me move this trimmer out of the way. And on this one, it'll be that for the bottom and this for the top. So with the other pad, this one has directionality, okay? So you want to be sure those are going the right way, those cars. But the other print, I like to choose one that doesn't matter if which way I turn it, okay? So you can do this, and I have for 2 card fronts now. I'm going to go ahead and place those. I have 2 Early Espresso card bases, cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And I'm going to go ahead and put these on. We'll finish one card tonight, and the other one I will use some of those other die cuts on. And I just love this set and the dies and the paper. When I saw, make sure I'm doing this right here. When I saw those die cuts in that designer paper, I thought, hooray for Stampin' Up! I mean, you know how sometimes you just need a really quick card? That one, that paper is just the bomb. And you get 2 sheets of those die cuts. Lots of cards happening there, okay? All right, so here is my card front for 1. Okay, and I'm going to set that one aside. And let's do this one. Just using a little bit of our liquid glue. By using the liquid glue, I have a little bit of wiggle room when I place it down. And I want to show you, I don't know if you can see this, but you see how that's a little frayed right there? I need to change the blade on my trimmer. When you start having fuzzy edges, is what I like to call it, you need to change your trimmer blade. Right now, I'm just going to clean that off a little bit. So Cajun Craze is this color that's in the background here. And I don't often use it, usually in the fall, but I love that it was in this collection. Okay, so there's our card front. So now let's see what we're going to work with here. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping and die cutting. So Soft Succulent is another color in this suite. And I have about a 3x4 piece. I'm going to stamp and then die cut that. So I'm using this one. No, that's not it. Oh, this is it. Happy Birthday to a Classic. I love that. It matches the cards. I'm using some Early Espresso ink. And I'm going to ink this up so I can get a good image and stamp it in the middle, because I'm going to die cut it with a circle die from this set. Okay, I'm going to close this. Okay, I'm going to bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And let's get these plates right. The number 1 plate, number 2. And then I'm going to put this over top. I have a little bit of Post-it tape right there to hold it in place. And now I'm just going to roll that through. All right. Keep all that over here. And there I have that really pretty die cut. And it kind of embosses it around the edge of the circle there. See that? Pretty cool. All right. Next, I'm going to show you, I have some die cut pieces that I've already used. This is an Early Espresso. It's a super fun label. And here is the die for that. Okay. That's in this collection. And then I have these 2 little argyle, I guess that's what I call them, dies. And let me show you. Look at this, how cool. Love it. And then I have these 2 little crushed curry banners. And those you cut out 2 at a time. That's 1 die, okay? All right, so now let's see if we can assemble this. Here's my card base. I'm going to show you how I'm going to layer this up. This is going to go here. And then I'm going to have these 2 pieces. One like that. And then one down here. And they don't have to be even. You know, you kind of scatter those. And I'm going to go ahead and put those down right now, because these are the bottom layer, okay? Along with that Early Espresso label. I can hear Mr. Brown out there with his power washer cleaning the logs on the log house there, so I hope you can't hear that. Put that one like that, and then this one's going to go up here. Let's see. I'm going to tuck that in so it doesn't look like I was trying to line them up and messed up. You know what I mean? Okay. So this is going to go over top. Like this. So move that up. Trying to keep it pretty even, like I'm cutting it in half. See, I can go from that point to this point, and that's pretty even. Okay. Then I'm going to take this, our stamped and die cut piece, and put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. Let's take the paper off. So these cards, when I was making them, some of the sentiments are like, could be for any occasion, like this Holy Smokes, You're Amazing. In fact, the next card that we make will be using that. And I didn't put a sentiment on the inside because I could use that for birthday or congratulations. And I wanted to be able to choose how I needed it. So sometimes that's good to do. Don't hesitate to leave your cards like without a sentiment or a sentiment on the inside, because you never know how you're going to use that card. All right, so now I'm going to have these right here. I say that. When I say you never know how you're going to use the card, I meant for what occasion, unless you're making one specifically for someone or for a certain occasion. Okay, you see how that's going to slip up? It's almost like an award, right? Okay. Put that in here. And there we've got the majority of our card done. Now a little finishing touch here. These are the rustic metallic adhesive backed dots that are in this collection, or I should say suite of products. And I'm going to use those here. And now what I'm going to do here, you see how that little glue is like peeking out there? I'm going to put this over top. Okay, and cover it up. Okay, now I'm going to use one of the smaller ones and come right here. A little closer. I think I'm going to put it there. All right. Let's see, I'm going to take another one of these and I'm going to come down here with it. And then I'm going to use 5, I think, on this one. Come here and then another smaller one. I like to use odd numbers of embellishments. Okay, so there is our card. Let me show you how I finished the inside of this one. I just put a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4, and I had this leftover strip of this paper, so I just put that down there to border it, okay? So that's definitely a birthday card because it says happy birthday, right? Well, I'm going to show you what I did with the other diagonal piece. I made a Father's Day card. Okay, and so there you see the diagonals. This is one of the die cuts from the designer paper. So are these stars. This is a die cut from one of the dies, and I stamped the sentiment. There's that label again peeking out from the back. And then on the inside, I have another strip of that designer paper, and both of these are die cuts from that designer paper stack, okay? All right, isn't that fun? Okay, so now let me clear, and we're going to do another card. Now this one is going to be a little different than my sample was. So kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, but it's a simple fun fold. Okay, super simple. 4 1/4 by 11. We're going to score it at 5 1/2 and then cut 3 inches off what will be the front of the card. Okay. So let me pull in my trimmer again, and I'm just going to take this and go 5 1/2, okay, and then I'm going to call this the front of my card, so I'm going to slide this over and cut off 3 inches, and we're going to save that. We're going to use it. Okay, so here's my card front. Simple fun fold, and then this is going to layer over top like that. Again, this is Sahara Sand cardstock. Let me get my bone folder and give it a good crease. And let's start assembling. So I have some designer paper pre-cut. I have a piece here, 2 3/8 by 4 1/8, that's going to go right here. And this 5 1/8 by 4 1/8. That will go on the inside. And so I had an odd number, a piece here that is a little short on this side, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be on the inside of my card, and I wanted to make use of this piece of designer paper. So I'm making it work, okay? So let me go ahead and put that down. Let's see. I want to make sure I get these layers all done in the order that I intend. Sometimes I start talking and it's like, uh-oh. All right, let's do this. Come over here to the end. So I have a little bit more Sahara Sand showing here before the fold, okay? And that's going to go down like that. Now for the inside of the card, I'm not going to lay it down yet, but I'm going to go ahead and assemble it. I have a 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 piece of basic white and a 3 by 4 piece of Cajun Craze. 3x4 with a 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 over top. And that's going to go right there. So let me go ahead and glue this together so it will be ready to go. And so, I'm sorry if you can hear all of that noise in the background. I'm sure he has no idea that I can hear it. Okay, also, let's go ahead and put this piece on the front, 2 3/8 by 4 1/8. And let's go ahead and put this down over top. Okay, just like that. So there we have that. Now, for this little piece, and this one, did I say what size this was? Oh, that's that 3-inch piece I cut off the front, remember? And then so I'm going to put a 2 7/8 by 4 1/8 piece over top. But before I do that, I want to do some embellishing on this front. So I'm going to move all of this because that's even confusing me. Okay, so let's work with this. I have a label cut from crushed curry. It's going to go on the front here. And then I have this die cut with the barbecue pit, with the grill, that I'm going to use like that, I think. Okay, so I want to stamp and die cut my image, my sentiment first. So I need to get out, I forgot to grab a scrap piece of soft succulent. I think this is big enough. I'm going to stamp that in Cajun Craze. Let me pull this out. And then I have this Holy Smokes, You're Amazing. And see how that could be, you could put happy birthday on the inside. You could put congratulations. Okay, I've got that. So now, I'm going to move that out of the way, move this over a bit, and we're going to die cut an oval with our mini balls here. Okay, so here's this oval, and I'm going to put it over the sentiment just like that. Use that little piece of Post-it tape to hold it down, and let's roll that through. Oh, I got it turned backwards. Let's see if I can do it left-handed. Okay, there we go. All right, here's our sentiment. Okay, now let's see what we're going to do with this here. I think I'm going to put that a little more toward the top with this guy. No, I think it's going to be toward the side here. I want to put some linen thread right here. So I'm going to take this and go about a 1/2 inch from the edge, put the tail end behind it, and I'm going to roll it around like a few times, 3. Okay. Then I'm going to take my scissors, my paper snips, and cut that off. And then I'm going to use a piece of tear and tape to hold it down because it's going to be on the back and no one is going to see it. Okay. Jackie Brown going with that. He's cleaning the porch and all the wood. It's kind of cloudy outside right now, so it's a good time to do it, but goodness gracious. Huh. All right. Now, where's my linen thread? I'm going to take another piece, cut a little piece off, and I'm just going to tie a knot, okay? So this is much easier than wrapping it and then trying to tie the 2 ends when they end in front. especially like around designer paper, because it doesn't have the thickness that our cardstock does. I'm going to tie a knot. So it looks like it's all wrapped and then tied together, but actually it's not. So let's cut that off. All right. So now I can play with that just a little bit and spread it out. That's fun, huh? Okay, so now let's play with this. So this is going to go here. And I think I'm going to put this like this. Okay, and then I'm going to add some little embellishments. Let me see if, no. Okay, let me go ahead and put this down. I'm going to put down this crushed curry piece first. And all these little smaller die cut pieces, I've cut them from scraps from my scrap drawer, you know, instead of a big new piece of cardstock. Try to utilize my scraps. I try not to keep the really tiny pieces because, I mean, sometimes, you know, it gets to be a bit much. The drawer kind of gets overflowing. So I keep, like if it's 3 by 3, 3 by 4 or bigger, I'll usually keep it. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there in the center. And then let's see, holy smokes. All right, I think I'm going to put that just like that. So again, one of those die cut pieces. And some of these, the cards that I've made that you'll be seeing the samples of on my blog or on Facebook, they don't have any stamping at all. Okay? All right, so now let's use, I'm going to show you what I did here. I did center and then 2 smaller ones on the ends. And I'm trying to decide if I need that at the top too. I think I'm going to leave it because with my luck, I won't get them straight. Okay, so we're going to leave it just like that. And now let's find the rest of our card. Here's that Sahara sand piece we cut off the front. And that is going to be just like that. So let me go ahead and put that on. We're going to glue it. I'll show you that this first card I made, and I just had one of each of these for this particular creation time. Okay, so now this is going to go like this. Yeah, I like the way it looks. That early espresso print really sets off this front, don't you think? I like that. Okay, so I'm going to come about 3/4 of an inch, yep, from the side, or let's go a 1/2 inch, about a 1/2 inch from each side. I'm going to glue that down, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. And I'm just trying to center it top to bottom and do my sides about the same. So then I can take this piece here, and that is going to go underneath, just like that, okay? So I am going to line that up. And I'll show you how I did that. Let's see. Because I wanted it to be hidden. So I'm going to line that up behind that. Come across and just lay it down. Okay, and give it a good press. Ta-da! Okay, so I may yet. Should I go for it? I think I am. It just looks naked up there. So let me try that. Just missing something, you know. And it may not be the right move, but I'm going to try it. Yep, I think I like it. And it looks okay, even though it's not exact. A mundo. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, I just popped some of these off. Let me get these back. Okay, let me show you the other one, the first one I made. See here, it had the flame with the tools, the barbecue tools there. And so it's up at top, so it balanced it out with these at the bottom. This, I wanted all of this to show, okay? This actually had some words on the bottom, and I cut those off to just use the top, okay? And then on the inside here, so this one, I had some scrap pieces of that designer paper, and I just lined them up just like that, okay? All right, those are our cards for this evening. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Be sure you say hello in the comment section if you haven't done so already. Let me know if you have any questions. And wait, I have one more card to show you. This one, I think, is one of the ones I used. Didn't use any stamping on. No, on the inside. Okay, so see, this is a die cut. This is a die cut. This is, and when I say die cut, it's part of the designer paper. The star, and then you can see my Cajun Craze circle, the Crush Curry label, 2 Cajun Craze Argyle things, the little dots. Then here I stamped on the label for Happy Father's Day, and I just tore a piece of the designer paper to put up there as a top accent. Okay, all righty, let me put these out here again, and I'll send someone that has commented one of these cards. So thank you so much for being here. Remember to visit my website at inkinspirations.com. Be sure you sign up for my mailing list. Lots of stuff going on. God willing that everything goes okay family-wise, and I can be with you. If not, I'll let you know. And but be sure you check that out. Check out my calendar so you can participate in some of my online events. So I'll talk to you again soon. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.